I'm an infectious disease epidemiologist and a dad of 2 kids, and I want my kids to be healthy. And if you're a parent, I'm sure you want your kids to be healthy too. That's why every year when the CDC releases the report on last year's flu season, this statistic always shocks me. So unfortunately, there were well over 200 pediatric deaths from the flu season. And of those that had vaccine data available from those deaths, 89% of the pediatric deaths from last year's flu season, were not fully vaccinated children. And look, I know as a dad who takes his kids, his young kids, every single year to get their flu vaccine, it's not always easy. It's sometimes they don't want to go and they're afraid. So here are some tips that I have that can help you take your kid and make it maybe a little bit easier. So number one, I always promise my kids that we'll do something fun after, something that we typically don't do, and they get to pick. For them, that's typically going to McDonald's. We don't always go to McDonald's. And I say, hey, if we're doing one thing that RFK doesn't like, we might as well do a second thing that RFK doesn't like and go to McDonald's. Number two, I always opt to go first to get my flu vaccine. I get my flu vaccine with them. And if your pediatrician is like all the other pediatricians out there, typically they'll let the adults get the flu vaccine with the kids. And this way they can see me get my vaccine and know that it's no big deal at all. Number three, don't lie to them. Don't say, hey, this is not going to hurt whatsoever. You have to say it's going to pinch just for a second, but then it's going to be okay. Lying to them and saying it won't hurt and then it actually does hurt doesn't validate their feelings and their fears that, it's going to pinch for just a second, but reassure them that it'll be over very quick. And lastly, I always have a sweet treat or something at the very end whenever they get their shot, usually a lollipop to say, hey, as soon as you get your shot, I'm going to give this to you right away. And that typically makes it easier. Pediatrician offices are great at this too, at having freeze pops or lollipops or anything like that. But if you're getting your vaccine at a clinic or somewhere else, just bring a little lollipop with you and it typically helps a lot better. So in the coming months, as flu season is going to be ramping up again, make that schedule, call out to your pediatrician, schedule that where you can go with them, talk about the process, reassure them that yes, it might hurt for a second, but it's going to be okay. And say it makes you stronger. That's always what I tell my kids is when you get your shot, you are so much stronger and you are so much safer so that if you do get sick, you're not going to be that sick this year.